Hi there and welcome back to Valley por Vida. Now before the break we mentioned that we've got your introduction to a highly talented, highly skilled, highly passionate artist from the Rio Grande Valley, and he's got a special meaning behind every single piece. So go ahead and check it out.
My name is Hector Guerra, also known as Tinta de Guerra. I've been doing artwork pretty much all my life. I started from coloring books to canvases to now walls, as you can see. Art is a big part of my life. The thing I love about painting the most is being able to see something being done and created from nothing, being able to see an abandoned building and bring it life. A lot of the work that I've been doing lately, it pretty much interprets me a little bit more of a colorful person. I usually like to bring color into cities, interpret a lot of what's going on as far as culture, and more than anything, you know, it's just create a vibe for people to drive by and be able to enjoy time after time and let it be something timeless. This mural behind me right here, it pretty much came about being able to explain what the future of Hidalgo has for kids. We live in a time where things have changed, that now if you decide to want to be an artist, want to be a poet, want to be a singer, you can market it yourself. Being able to do this mural was pretty much to lead a pathway for students as they walk from school back home and not have such an empty and an abandoned area. The importance of this painting is being able to always look up, never leave your head down. Being able to look up allows you to realize and get the right perspective in life that it is for yourself. You know, having two kids looking up against the sun or anything allows them to see past the horizons of what they can be one day. Yeah, this mural is very important to me because it allows me to put something this big in an area that most people might not visit in the part of town. So to me, to be able to draw something from a paper into something this big, it puts it into perspective that anything is possible. If there could be anything I would want people to know about my work and what I do for a living, it would be pretty much to let them know that sometimes no leads to another yes, and understanding that when times get tough and there's no direction and an audience towards you, as long as you remain doing what you love, you will do it forever. The way I usually bring a piece like this to life is pretty much measurements, being able to sketch the building itself so that way I can play with proportion and then from there figure out what it is that I can use. This particular piece, since it's corrugated metal, I can't use too much of rollers because it won't allow me to be able to pretty much roll on the paint flat. So usually it all depends on the object, you know, and time. You know, I do time myself a lot with the sun. As you can see right now, there's shade. There's moments where you won't have no shade.
Be sure to check him out on Facebook for more on his paintings. And staying on the subject of painting, did you know that it can actually have physical and emotional benefits? Let's go ahead and dive in deeper. So according to FoxHillResidences.com, there are apparently several health benefits when it comes to painting. The site outlines that it definitely helps to foster our creative growth when we engage in it. It also says that we can practice our memory strengthening through art of painting, pun intended, because it allows us to use several skills at once, like writing and drawing and coloring. See, when we use these abilities, they can help us step out of our comfort zone and explore our creative personalities, which of course is a benefit to our overall mental health. And apparently when we paint, it can really help build our problem-solving skills and our motor skills. The site says it's really good for us, you know, when it comes to thinking outside the box too. It outlines that dexterously, handling a paintbrush, we can go ahead and see an increase in our mobility when it comes to our everyday life tasks, which is pretty cool. And that's not all. The site says it can even help to strengthen our memory. Apparently, when we paint, we allow our minds to be sharpened through visualization and implementation. And the site outlines that we're able to use painting skills like writing and drawing to help strengthen our brain power. Plus, it's a good stress reliever. It helps us just to express our emotions. And expressing our emotions is, of course, a good thing. We don't want to hold it all in, or that'd be unhealthy. But the site says that painting can help shape our visual concepts as well as our overall gratitude. Apparently, it can help make us more optimistic in general because it helps us to feel inspired, and it guides us through positive emotional reactions and interpretations that we have in life or about certain circumstances. Plus, the site says that painting even has the ability to nurture emotional growth. But what exactly does that mean? Well, it seems that when we pour our emotions onto a blank canvas, we're able to have a cathartic experience, which can really help our family members, loved ones, and even therapists to just get a better picture of what's going on in our heads and in our heart. It also says that painting can help trigger certain feelings that can help lead to processing and overall healing. So it turns out it's not just a hobby or a passion. It really does have a lot of physical and emotional benefits too. Definitely keep that in mind the next time you're looking for something fun to do. It's great to know that a lot of schools introduce painting and art to students as well. That way they can learn about the benefits of painting and other extracurricular activities too. And speaking of educational environments, one local student is thriving in a new career. Let's take a look.
I started here in 2000. I was in the phlebotomy program that I now instruct, and I got through it with flying colors, loved it. Got a job shortly after I graduated at Valley Baptist in Harlingen. A few years after that, the opportunity came up for me to actually be an instructor. And so I applied for the position, got hired, and I've been here at TSDC since 2008 instructing phlebotomy. Now that I'm no longer a phlebotomist, I moved up to the lab. I'm a lab technician. The background in phlebotomy has helped me a lot with my current position. I know the one side of it, and now I had to learn the other side of it. But I know why things need to be recollected, why patients need to be restuck, why samples are rejected, and things to that nature. Originally, I wanted to go into nursing. My aunt was a nurse when I was growing up. She would tell me stories. I would love it. I thought it was interesting. So I wanted to kind of get my foot in the door to see if I can handle the blood, the body fluids, and things of that nature. And I had taken my son to the doctor, and in walked the phlebotomist with her little case, open it up, there's needles, there's gloves. So I asked her where she went to school, and she said here at TSDC, and I started looking into the program. So I figured if I can get through that, then I could see what nursing's really like on the actual floors of a hospital, and if I can handle it. I was supposed to do it for 2 years and go into the nursing program at VBMC, but what happened was personal reasons, couldn't do it. Ended up staying in phlebotomy, worked in ER a lot, loved the action in ER. A lot of the traumas and the blood and the guts, I was all for it. And every day was something different. So I kind of got hooked on that something different every day. Different patients, different issues, different traumas. God, the whole lab team at Valley Baptist Medical Center, everybody here at TSDC at Continuing Education. My original instructor, Edna Villarreal, she was the blood bank supervisor. She's actually the one that hired me at Valley Baptist. All have been supportive all throughout the years. I wouldn't be there otherwise. If you're looking to get your foot in the door as far as medical career, phlebotomy is a great place to start, and you could branch off to many different areas. I have students that work in dialysis. I have students that went on to be nurses. I have students that went on to get radiology degrees, so now they're x-ray techs at the hospital. You can kind of branch off into any different area of healthcare. And it's something that it's easy to see if you're gonna like it or not from the very beginning without wasting a lot of your time and a lot of your money to pay for classes that you're not even sure if you can actually get through it and get your degree. It was odd going from hands-on training to getting behind the book training, because I had to really make sure I knew what I was doing to teach those students, because we don't want them going out there and hurting anybody or hurting themselves. So it was hard the first couple of classes, and I told them, bear with me, I'm learning how to do it from the book, straight from the book. I've been on the floors for years, and when we get to the floors, it's a little different. But I liked it, I still like it. I still like coming to work. Like I tell them when they get to the floors, take your time, you'll get used to it, your nerves will go away, and just keep looking for jobs. There's a lot of job opportunities out there, not just in hospitals or clinics. Like I said, you can go to CSL Plasma, you can go into dialysis tech, you can go into a lot of different areas of phlebotomy, home health for insurance companies. So take your time. If you really want to do it, you really enjoy it, you're going to find something that you like.
Of course, there are a lot of career options. HVAC mechanics and installers, for example, can earn an average of almost $48,000 per year, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. And you can find out more entering into this career path as well. And on that note, we thank you so much for joining us today, and be sure to tune in again next time because, as always, we're going to have a lot more in store for you. But for now, don't forget to follow our team on social media for all that's coming up on the show and for your chance at your comment or your question to be featured on air. And as always, be sure to visit valleycentral.com to rewatch some of today's favorite segments. All that and so much more next time on Valley Vida.